Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 6 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Gonna run it. It's Sampson. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The give to the back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. Buys a little extra time. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You can tell this is a pass game. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football.
And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Dogs! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense. And you saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollock, who really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to two guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Got his man out of the backfield. Sweet cut there. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. And the Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Thornton. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Trying to escape and get it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Unloads to the wideout. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. On 1st down, here comes this offense. The give to the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Touch pass on the run. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. From the red zone, looking for a space. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Out of the gun, the inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Wants to throw. It's back. Wiggles free. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
What an example of this quarterback just putting his offense on his back. Drop back, wanted to throw the ball downfield, nobody open, no problem. Extend the play, buy himself some time, and then take off with his legs to score that touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Georgia, 14. Tennessee, 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll leave it with him. Still on his feet at the 45. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
Watching this Tennessee running back, man, he just runs with so much purpose, and it reminds me of guys that I used to play against, Jamal Lewis and Travis Henry, two great ball running backs that used to really test the physicality of our Gator defenses in some of those great games we had back in the late 90s. This dude right here, man, he just wears you down every single carry.
Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. He's moving out of the pocket. Stands in and takes the hit. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you've got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The give to the tailback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Georgia sends out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He'll bring it back. It's Sampson. He gets a block. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Got the quick pass. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll try the run. Discards a man. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to throw, it's Beck. Makes his connection. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll run it on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. Let's go. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia! Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I'll tell you what, everybody in front of you, hey, I'll go by air if I need to. Good job getting in the air, getting a touchdown.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
First half coming to an end. Offensively, you're trying to put a drive together. Get back in this ball game. The last thing you want to do is turn the football over, dig yourself an even bigger hole. Not good execution by the offense.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, Blum making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Makes the grab! And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. You've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Moving out of the pocket. He's going to run it any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The Volunteers will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking deep down the right side. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Vols!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Gets it out fast. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling for the 1st down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Scanning the field, it's Beck. Unloads it left. He's got it. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout, Georgia.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Comes out throwing on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Urasek. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll open this third quarter with a run. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Using his legs, it's Etienne. At the 45 on his way. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown Bulldogs! And the pummeling has started. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they knew how to close the deal, rolling double nickels and the 55-yard touchdown run. Fair catch called for and made. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions.
Lets it fly. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. On 4th down, looking to pass. He's got it, and they convert. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Vols will have it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Sampson. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Going over the top. He's got it inside the 15. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this low.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication is going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy you know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he gets enough to move the chains and then slides to a stop. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. On the move, it's Etienne.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
To the air, it's back. It's complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football, early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. That's caught. It's Etienne. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. They'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Touchdown, Georgia! And the punishment has been extended.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They go to the ground. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Tennessee, 22.
They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Now on the option. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Calls his own number. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteer! An impressive display there gets him 6.
Yeah, don't worry about throwing. This guy can run, too. Such a great dual threat. And when this guy lowers his shoulders, you can see he can do whatever he wants and get in the end zone.
He's got it, so they convert the 2 and keep just a flicker of hope alive down 2 possessions.
Tennessee, 30.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Set to kick this one away.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been
Speeding down the left side. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Dogs! And the beatdown has ensued. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
here. Offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's going to throw deep right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. The throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
We make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll take another shot here. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
And we're going to call his name a lot today because this dude, he had over 100 last week. He has over 100 almost every single week because he's a staple in this offense. Puts up big numbers, makes big plays.
Trying to burn this defensive back. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown ball. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They go to the draw. At the 35, he's loose. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the fourth quarter, with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right again here. And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Runs through a tackle. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Looking to throw, it's Beck. He's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I don't know if they're they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Open space at the 25. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. You just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start. And I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making it work.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, there's no quit in this defense, I'll give them that. Obviously, they're trailing here late in the game. It seems like the opponent's going to win, but still, they've got guys out there playing the way they're coached to play. They're playing with outstanding effort, trying to make plays to claw their team back into the game.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Selden. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Going up top on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Matthews. They get him down after he makes the catch.
Listen, the defense gave up a couple of yards, but they're happy to give that up because they know the clock is still ticking. They're trying to bleed this thing. If you want to throw it over the middle of the field inbounds, they'll give that to you all day.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Looking to throw it again. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Ooh, that's one of those where you're breathing a big sigh of relief. That ball could have been intercepted, and worse, could have been intercepted and housed, but offense caught a little bit of a break. Nice play by the defense, but the offense glad to punt in this situation if they want to punt.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They want that clock to run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They run into a bit of trouble here, 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
They're just treating the entire stadium as if it's four-down territory. Odd decision here to go for it, fourth and very, very long. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on fourth down.
Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to make magic with his feet. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
On the move at the 30. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown Bulldogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Georgia, 58. Tennessee, 45.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one off.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's going up top here late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Just under 30 seconds left, so they've got a chance if they can get this onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Under a minute to play, they can just take a knee and put this game on ice.
It's such a good feeling, the best feeling in the world.
Oh, look out! And he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off. Game is essentially over right now, and you wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but I will be forgotten. I can tell you that, because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score up, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like to just keep it in the back of your mind.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Line gets set. First down. Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. He's taking a deep shot. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Gets it out quickly. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Tennessee.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. They'll throw it on first down. Looking for the end zone. And that pass is incomplete. They were going for the consolation touchdown, but to no avail, and that's going to do it for this one. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh,